Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Wanted to do a super quick video. I'm going to try to make it quick to introduce DripX. Now, if you've been in the drip community, if you've been kind of circulating around and checking out the price of drip and what's been going on, there's been a nice little pump. I think it went up to 8 cents yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. It's now down to back to about 6 cents, but it was at 1 cent. So it went through a pretty sizable pump. And the reason why is because people are getting ready for the launch of DripX. And in this video, we're gonna take a look at the white paper, do a quick little intro. It is launch day, so probably gonna launch around noontime. I mean, they didn't really give a set time. I know they said they were gonna put a countdown in the Telegram, but I haven't seen one yet. But around noontime, give or take. So if you have the opportunity, if you're able, if you're not at work or anything like that, to probably be in front of your computer at around 11 a.m., something like that. I know they're going to be doing a VC at I think 11 a.m. or noon. I gotta double check. But all of that just to say that this thing is launching today. And if you know anything about these protocols, you want to get in super early. And that's the opportunity you have. Okay. The opportunity you have with this is you can get in early. I'm not saying it's risk-free. Certainly there's, a degree of risk in anything you get into. So again, approach this the same. Okay, there's going to be risk involved. If you're going to get in, make sure you know what you're getting into. Matter of fact, let me do my little disclaimer here. Obviously, you guys probably already know I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. If you are going to get into DripX or anything we talk about, please do your own research and due diligence and only put in what you can afford to lose, guys. Risk capital only. Also follow me on Telegram. I will leave a link for that down below. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon so you get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. So if you guys have been on this channel for any period of time, you guys know that I was a big advocate for OG Drip. OG Drip was phenomenal protocol. If you got in early, we got in on day one. Obviously, if you got in towards the tail end of it, it might not have been the same experience, but we got in on day one and it was a crazy ride. I'm telling you, it was a crazy ride. Um, wow. I mean, I don't really know what to say without sounding, uh, I don't want to talk about, how well we did with it. Because I understand, I'm sensitive to people that got in on the tail end, and I don't want to, kind of put it in, make it seem like I'm putting it in people's face or anything like that. But we got in on day one, and there was a meteoric rise. If you go into my channel, you can see some of the videos that I made. I mean, we put in, not on day one, but shortly thereafter, we put in almost 100K. I did a deposit for 50K, then another one for 30K, and then little, prior to that and after that, I had put in a little bit. So a total of about 100K I put in, and that's when Drip was at like 15 or 16 bucks. It went all the way up to three figures, as you guys know. It was insane. Okay, people are loving or people are exciting or are excited about DripX because of the nostalgia that they may feel. Of course, if you got in early on, you feel great about it. It's all about when you got in, I guess, right? People who got in a little bit later or towards the tail end may not have the same nostalgia, right? But it's an opportunity for them too, because people who got in and maybe didn't do that well and they're holding on to drip, now they have something that they can do with their drip that's sitting in their wallets if they get involved with this new DripX protocol. Now, I want to be very clear, not from the same team. Okay. This is not Forex Sharks project. This, what you're looking at on my screen, this is Forex's project, um, from a totally different team. I believe it's a team that put out Pulse Trip. Don't quote me on that though. Don't quote. I didn't get into Pulse Trip, not in a big way, at least. I played with it a little bit, but I didn't get in on in a big way. So I wasn't really paying too much attention. But from what I understand, it's from a reputable team. They've created other contracts in the space, but it's not it's a totally different team. It's also a different protocol than obviously the OG drip, the faucet. It's not the same at all. Okay, it's more likened to TitanX. Okay, so if you got into TitanX, a lot of this is going to be very familiar. If you did it, no worries. I'm going to try to simplify this as much as I can. Um, but yeah, all of that just to say that this thing is launching today. And with these protocols, I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's no secret. You got to get in on day one. you got to get in on day one. If you're going to get on day one, you're in the best possible position. Okay. Now you're also taking the most risk. I want to be very clear about that. You're also taking the most risk because things can happen. This is crypto. This is DeFi. Things happen. Hopefully nothing hopefully nothing happens with this, but things can happen, right? So you're taking the most risk. So of course, because you're taking the most risk, the reward for that, quote unquote, right? The quote unquote reward is you have the biggest potential for gains. But again, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, right? Again, something can look, I've seen things that look excellent on paper and it launches and it tanks, right? I've also seen things that maybe on the flip side of that, maybe didn't look so good. And next thing you know, it's taking off like a rocket ship, right? Cool thing about this is it's actually leveraging the drip community in a good way, right? Because you have some of the old players, some of the members that did really well with drip, right? Who are maybe they're sitting on bags of drip, I don't know, and they want to leverage that and use that drip that's basically just sitting in their wallets. They use it to get into something else. You also have members of the drip community, like I said before, who got in on the tail end, who maybe didn't do so well, and maybe this might be an opportunity to make some of their money back. I don't know, right? All of that just to say that there's, obviously Drip had a huge community, and this protocol is leveraging that community power, so to speak, right? So let me go into the white paper. I'm going to just put a link to this. You can check this out for yourself. Obviously, for the sake of time, not going to go into this word for word. Take a little bit of time to go through this if you want. But again, if you were in TitanX, it's going to be very. It's not a fork of TitanX because they've changed a couple of things. One of which I believe, and again, I wasn't deep into TitanX, but I believe with DripX, one of the things that's different is your miners, your virtual miners, are actually NFTs that you can potentially gift to members of your community, people on your team, that sort of thing. I don't believe you were able to do that with TitanX, but again, don't quote me on that. Not an expert on TitanX. This one here, this is DripX. Says here DripX is designed with a clear goal to make its token more valuable by reducing supply, creating buying pressure through smart contracts, and attracting users through interesting incentives. This paper explains the main features of the DripX system, focusing on staking, managing the availability of tokens, constant buying and burning, and its connection to the value of wrapped drip. Now, again, you do need to have a wrapped drip. Matter of fact, I was going to show this at the end. Let me show this now. Again, DripX, inspired by TitanX, opportunity to get in early. What do you want to have? You want to have BNB ready, because you can what you'll have the opportunity to do is use your BNB to get virtual miners. These virtual miners will be able to mine the DripX token. Okay. Now again, there's a lot of different ways you can play this. You don't have to do it exactly like this, right? I'm going to show you here. There's a couple of ways you can play the game here, where it says ways to earn. You can see the different ways you can play this. Another thing you might want to do is get wrapped drip, because you can use wrapped drip to get DripX at launch. Now you can't get DripX right now. When this thing launches, DripX will be available. You can use wrapped drip to get DripX. Then you can stake DripX to earn BNB rewards, right? So you can just use the virtual miners, stake or use your stake DripX. By the way, this is the WDrip address. I'm going to put all this in the description box down below so you can get it anyways. How do you get a wrapped drip, by the way? You can go on PancakeSwap, right? Use the address. You can get on PancakeSwap. You can also go to aidrip.xyz. And let's say, for example, you have BNB. You can use BNB to get wrapped drip. Or if you have OG drip, right? If you have OG drip, you can actually, wrap your OG drip. That's another way to do it. So again, this is, how you get some of these tokens and get ready for this launch. So going back to the white paper, again, I'm not going to read this word for word. Says you're staking for big rewards. DripX allows users to earn big BNB rewards by staking their tokens for a certain period. The longer they stake, the more they earn, mimicking the idea of saving in a bank. During this time, users can't sell their tokens, reducing the number of DripX available and making it more valuable. So again, you stake, longer is better, bigger is better. You guys know the deal. We've kind of been around this block before. So you stake your tokens. The more you stake, the longer you stake, there's going to be some bonuses that are available for you. Of course, during that time that you quote unquote lock up your tokens, you're not going to be able to sell, which, is not a bad thing, because people who lock up their tokens, guess what? There won't be any selling, right? So, it's not necessarily a bad thing to do that. So again, if you've been in one of these protocols that have this bigger, bigger is better, what's the term? Bigger, longer pays better, that sort of thing, those kind of stakes. Again, this is going to be very familiar, okay? Controlling token availability. DripX manages the number of available tokens by keeping the liquidity pool small. Stakers lock up their tokens, and as a result, there's less available for buying and selling. That's what I just said. And then here, buy and burn from miners. DripX miners, through automated processes, continually buy and burn tokens. This ongoing process makes DripX rare over time. The decentralized approach ensures transparency, with users executing public functions, making the system secure. Daily reduction in mining rewards. So again, these are the key fundamentals: buy and burn pressure, staking boost, right? Users are encouraged to stake more tokens to earn substantial BNB rewards, reducing the number of circulating tokens, burning supply, and then increasing difficulty, right? Mining DripX becomes harder and more expensive every day. That's what you want to get in early, creating a constant upward pressure on the token's value. So real quick, what about Drip, right? OG Drip, your guide to boosting value with Drip and Wrap Drip. This guide breaks down the ins and outs of DripX, focusing on how Drip and Wrap Drip work together to amp up their values. We'll show you a smart move turning Drip into Wrap Drip and how it can help you snag some profits through strategic trading. So it says your Drip to Wrap Drip swap. You can easily change Drip into Wrap Drip at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, of course, there's a 10% tax. Anything you do with Drip, you're going to get hit with a tax, right? A 10% tax. We all know that. But I believe once you wrap your Drip, or once you get Wrap Drip, you can move freely without incurring that tax. But initially, there's going to be a tax when you swap, if you swap. Now, again, if you want to use this fresh BNB to get Wrap Drip, you can do that as well, right? You can use fresh BNB to do that, either on PancakeSwap or on AIDrip.xyz. Says here, be smart with your moves. If you can buy Drip at a lower price and turn it into Wrap Drip at a higher price, you found an opportunity to make some profit. You can, there's going to be people that arbitrage this, right? Boosting value together. To dance between Drip, Wrap Drip, and DripX creates a win-win situation. Burning DripX makes both Wrap Drip and DripX more valuable. It's like a cycle that benefits everyone involved. Okay. So virtual mining, again, as I mentioned before, if you have BNB or get you some BNB, be ready for this. You can get you some virtual miners, and then you can mine the DripX token. Okay, so there's a couple of paths here. Okay, choose your path: single miner, batch mining, mining ladder. Single miners create a normal single miner, perfect for those who prefer a straightforward approach. There's also batch mining, right? Mining ladder. If you're savvy and experienced, you can play around with that. If you're someone who's maybe new to this, or you just want something that's straightforward, simple, and you don't have to kind of you don't have to rack your brain too much, a single miner might be your move. I don't know. It all depends on what you're trying to do. Set parameters for mining, number of days. Again, you can choose a mining period ranging from 8 days to 280 days, influencing the DripX you receive at the end of your miner. Again, so this is the mining days. And then the mining power, specify the power for your miner, determining both the daily DripX yield and the cost of mining. Here's the daily mineable tokens, a cap of 300 billion tokens per day. Ensures a balanced distribution. As I said before, there's bonuses, right? People who get in early. Again, just like any other protocol, if you get in early, you're going to get rewarded. Of course, you're incurring the most risk, right? But you also have the opportunity to, reap the biggest rewards. Okay. Again, not guaranteeing anything, purely speculating. Don't, there's risk in everything we do here, right? D-rank bonuses. Okay. So I want to kind of jump mining. This is the mining BNB distribution daily. Again, read this for yourself. Kind of want to jump to the ways to earn. Actually, that's what I want to do. BNB payouts for DripX stakers, right? For those of you guys that want to stake DripX for BNB, as I mentioned before. Says here in the world of DripX, staking pays off big time with ongoing BNB rewards. This is just a breakdown. Stake your DripX, get shares based on the current share rate. The share rate goes up daily, encouraging early participation again. You're rewarded for getting in early. And then again, you need to pay attention to the payout cycle because this is going to be important to know, right? Longer pays more bonus. We talked about the before. Bigger pays more. Okay, so ways to earn. Again, you don't have to participate in all these different ways. Find out which one you want to get involved with. Some of them might be more. You might have to be more involved with some of them. But there's farming, right? There's farming, wrap drip, BNB, DripX, wrap drip. There's also arbitrage, as we mentioned before. Also, there, HODL, right? If you're an OG, like if you don't want to get into this, right? Or because again, you don't have to, right? But if you have a lot of OG drips sitting around, you can just HODL it if you want and see what happens. I'm certainly doing, quite a bit of that. I've been doing that this whole time. So, I'm going to be holding on to a lot of my OG drip. But then here's what I talked about mostly on this video is virtual miners, right? You use BNB to mine DripX. And the other play is staking, right? You can stake your DripX for BNB rewards. Now, of course, you can get DripX right on, where's that? No, here you go. You can get, if you get Wrap Drip right now, you can get Wrap Drip right now. When this thing launches, you can use your Wrap Drip to get DripX and then stake it to earn BNB rewards. So again, these two are probably the plays that I'm going to get into. Obviously, besides hodling, right? That's just kind of letting it sit there. So I'm probably going to jump into these two plays right here. But yeah, we'll kind of jump on the VC, right? VC should be coming up shortly. And again, this thing is probably going to launch around noontime. They might even have a let me check right now. I'm on my phone. Let me check if there's a some type of clock or anything that they put in. No, not yet. Yeah, so it says here the video chat, the VC is going to start at 12 noon. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled. I'll come back later, do another video when this thing launches. But just wanted to put this on your radar. This is something you might want to get into. Hopefully it's a successful launch. The guys behind this have launched other projects before, so it seems like they know what they're doing. So, we'll see what happens here. That being said, I'll leave these links down below. These the wrap drip address. I'll leave a link to the white paper as well. You can check that out. I'll leave a link to the AIDrip.xyz site for you to play around with if you want. But yeah, this thing is launching today. We'll see what happens here. Again, if you have a big bag of OG drip laying around and you want to maybe take some of it, I'm not saying for you to take all of it, but if you want to take some of it and wrap it and jump into this, something you can do instead of just letting your OG drip just kind of sit around, unless you want to have it sit around. So again, everyone has a different play with these platforms. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So that being said, that's pretty much it. Just a quick intro video. I will come back later and do another one. Jump into the Telegram. Also, I'll leave a link for that down below. And with that said, I will catch you on the next video. As always, do your own research, risk capital only. Follow me on Telegram, subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell icon so you'll get notified straight away whenever I do a brand new video. And with that said, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.